10 minutes. I do want to touch on San Diego State this weekend. I think we went into the game at Nevada. You may have said, like, this is a must win, right? I was like, well, it's a quad one, be nice to get, but you're like, this is a must win. And they played like their season was on the line. They played maybe their most complete game of the year. They held Nevada to 29% shooting. Magoon Guath was terrific, double-double. Bird and Boyd combined for 15 assists in this game, 69-50 win over Nevada, and it's a pretty big win where you looked at where San Diego State was, like on the bubble, like they needed a good win, and they picked up a really good win on Saturday night.
Yeah, it made that very close win over Air Force.
I forgot about that.
Be kind of like, okay, because everyone's freaking out after it was like, can't believe they only beat Air Force by 2 points. Oh, they beat them in overtime. Blah, blah. They got the win. That's all that mattered. You never talk about it again, and you move on. like you know what I mean?
The game we don't speak of.
Exactly. And thank God that they didn't get the loss there, because that would, I think, create even more pressure for this team to potentially have to be perfect from here on out.
Mm-hmm.
And with that pressure off, like you can just go out and be like, okay, we don't have that loss in the back of our minds.
Right.
And because of that, I think that's why they played really good basketball on Saturday.
I mean, just like to see that type of performance, because a lot of people were saying, they play their best basketball in November. Where's that November team? And my pushback has always been like, they're always going to be young this year. So they're not going to.
They're not getting older. Like, they're not going to age by 5 years over 2 weeks.
Yeah, over 5 games. It's like, well, why aren't they taking this straight line, forward or like angling up? And I still think that that's a possibility in the second half of the year, because Brian Dutcher teams are always better late than they are early. And they were really good early this year. Houston has not lost since San Diego State beat them. Think about that. That's 14 games ago. So the Houston win is going to count for the whole year. And now they got the Nevada road win. They've got the Boise State road win.
Quad one.
Yeah, it's quad two now because they dropped out. But it could still be quad. They're like one spot
Well, then
out.
why was it a quad one game going in, but then not after? Because
because they were 73rd going in and then 77th coming out, and they had to stay top 75. But if they get back into the top 75, it's quad one. It's confusing. Okay. Either way, it's a good win. Either way, I really like the Aztec resume. Now, again, I don't think they can just slip up, and that's not going to be easy not to slip up from here until Selection Sunday. But they're a lot better off today than they were heading into Saturday, because it's another good win. Maybe it's not a great win, but it's another good win, and they've piled up at least 4 good wins for me. Houston's great. Creighton's really damn good. Boise on the road is darn good, and Nevada and Reno is nice and good.
So Creighton has beaten the number 1 team in the nation.
Who was that? Kansas at the time?
At the time, Kansas.
Look at you, yeah.
Houston just beat who?
Kansas at Kansas.
And what's Kansas ranked? Top 10?
Yeah, they're falling off a little bit. But yeah, They're top 10 in the metrics.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying that the wins over Creighton and Houston get better and better by the day.
Yes.
And yeah, like you said, Houston hasn't lost since San Diego State, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's in November.
Yeah. So as long as you stay away from the landmines of Air Force, you're going to have a really good resume. And that's why that Air Force win gets bigger and bigger every single day. I don't care that it was as close as it was. I don't care how ugly it was and how they almost lost or whatever. They got the win. And in the box score, it's going to show that they scored more points than Air Force. And that is the W. That's all that matters.
I don't think they would have been able to overcome it. Even if they won at Nevada, even if they won at Utah State, that would have been a quad 4 loss. And now you look up, and San Diego State metrically is better than Utah State because of these Houston and Creighton type wins.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about college basketball. Like, how you win a game could, determine things. Can matter. But by and large, as long as you don't lose, that's fine. Like back in the day, that's not the case anymore in college football. Maybe it is a little bit because of the ranking system and whatnot. Back in the day, it's like if you didn't beat it, if a top 3 team in the nation didn't beat somebody by like 30 points, you drop or you don't move 100%.
Up.
It's like, 100%. You only beat NIU by a touchdown. Like, you're dropping.
You're right.
You're like, what? Huh?
You're exactly right.
So that's what I like about this is like, you get the win and you just move the hell on.
And I would just say this, Magoon Guath real quick, was 7 for 7 from the floor.
13 rebounds or 15 rebounds?
I don't have it in front of me. I think 13 rebounds, career high.
I think it was like, I think he went 15 and 13.
13 and 2 blocks, and he really had 2 more if not for 2 fouls called on. This guy's a redshirt freshman. He's just been terrific. Yeah. I mean, again, there have been highs and lows with Magoon-Gwath, but he's played like 15 or 20 college games, and he made such a big impact on that game.
15 points, 2 blocks, 1 steal, 13 rebounds.
7 for 7 from the floor.
7 for 7. He made a 3-pointer in the game.
Right?
4 offensive rebounds.
It's just that.
Must be nice.
Not bad. Not bad for a teenager.
Miles Bird, by the way, put together a really good game. 11 points, 3 assists, 11 points, 3 steals, 9 assists, 4 boards. Like that's
didn't shoot it well, but 9 assists. That was a career high. Yeah. So again, Aztecs win at Nevada tomorrow night. 7:30 is the start time. Jim's been telling you it's a red out, and the first 5,000 fans get replica jerseys. That does not include Jim. I'll see if I can get you one. Did you guys get the Brent? You have a bobblehead in theory?
To the bobblehead?
Okay.
Where's mine?
We'll work on that.
What?
All right. We'll get to the wrap on the other side. Plus, still ahead, we're giving away Aztec tickets for Saturday. Sean and Jim.